Brrrr. Fuck is you talking about, fuck nigga, and it's like that. Welcome back to another episode of Survival Time. We finna get into Malcolm X going to the Mecca. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that Malcolm X went to the Mecca because of his sister. His sister paid for the trip because Malcolm X was dead broke. Reason being was because the Nation of Islam was paying for everything. His home, his car, everything. So when they decided to not support him, he didn't have no money, he didn't have no income, and everything was being paid for them. So once they cut him off, that was it. So his sister, Ella, ended up sending him off to take his trip to the Mecca. So when he came back, this is what he had to say, bitch ass nigga.
Malcolm X. I think a lot of people confused by the new Arabic name, El Hajj Malik El Shabazz.
I've always had the name on my passport, Malik El Shabazz, I only used it in the Muslim world. Well, Hajj is a title that is given to any Muslim who makes the pilgrimage to Mecca during the official Hajj season.
Well, will you now use Shabazz and drop X?
I'll probably continue to use Malcolm X and I'll probably use it as long as the situation that produced it exists.
You don't feel that Shabazz takes the place of X?
My going to Mecca and going into the Muslim world, into the African world, and being recognized and accepted as a Muslim and as a brother may solve the problem for me personally. But I personally feel that my personal problem is never solved as long as the problem is not solved for all of our people in this country. So I remain Malcolm X as long as there is a need to protest and struggle and fight against the injustices that our people are involved in this country.
Are you prepared to go into the United Nations at this point and ask that charges be brought against the United States for its treatment of American Negroes?
Oh, yes. Please. The audience will have to be quiet. Yes, as I pointed out when I was during my traveling, that African nations and Asian nations and Latin American nations look very hypocritical when they stand up in the United Nations condemning the racist practices of South Africa and that which is practiced by Portugal and Angola, and saying nothing in the UN about the racist practices that are manifest every day against Negroes in this society. Even in South Africa, those Africans aren't faced with bayonets and aren't faced with police dogs. I would be not a man. If I was in a position to bring it in front of the United Nations and didn't do so, I wouldn't be a man.
Malcolm, do you intend to lead the charge in the United Nations?
Well, I find that to say you're going to lead something creates a lot of hostility, division, jealousy, and envy. I hope to work with any group of leaders or any group of organizations to do whatever is necessary to see that this problem is brought before the United Nations.
Have you had any?
If you know Malcolm before this interview, if you've ever seen a Malcolm X interview prior to this interview, you'll see how much he actually changed, and you'll see like he changed his tune a little bit. The thing is, he's less aggressive. The thing is, he's less anti this and anti that. The thing is, he's actually trying to sit down and work with other motherfuckers, not just blacks and not just whites. He's trying to work all around. The thing is, Malcolm X, when he came back, he felt differently towards motherfuckers and other races because he felt he had been taught the wrong things from the wrong motherfuckers. So when he came back, this is how he started to sound. Like he said in the beginning of the video, I was treated like a brother, not no black man. I was just treated like a Muslim amongst other Muslims. Goddamn me. That's why, come on now. His whole thing, MO right now, ain't even really speaking as far as the Nation of Islam. He's speaking just period as far as blacks go in the community of being black in America or being black all over. Like he's not just speaking on like the Nation of Islam issues. He's speaking on actual situations. Fuck is you talking about? His whole demeanor changed. So if we can go back one of these days and go back and listen to some earlier Malcolm X interviews, if you know anything about fucking Malcolm X.
Commitments from any nations in Africa to support you in this move?
I would rather not say at this time. But one thing I found in my travels, all of them look upon us as their long lost brother.
You realize the implication is that you have had such commitments when you say
this is your interpretation of what I said. One thing that I found in all of my travels was that all of the Africans, not only the Africans, but the Asians and the Muslims, look upon us as their long-lost brothers. And America had actually tricked many of them into a hands-off policy by giving them the impression that she was honestly trying to do something to solve the problem. My argument over there was designed to prove that it is impossible for the United States government to solve the race problem. It's impossible.
Malcolm, on your trip abroad, you said you sensed a feeling of great brotherhood and that conceivably you would be working toward integration in this country now. At least this is what you're reported to have said. Have you any comment on it?
I don't think that I ever mention anything about working toward integration. They haven't even got integration right here in New York City. You have worse integration problems in the North than they have in the South. So if it doesn't work if you can't bring about integration in New York City as international, cosmopolitan, up-to-date as it's supposed to be, you will never get integration anywhere else in the country.
Are you prepared to work with some of the leaders of the other civil rights organizations?
Certainly. We will work with any groups, organizations, or leaders in any way, as long as it's genuinely designed to get results.
Does your new beard have any religious significance?
No, not particularly, but I do think that you find black people in America, as they strive to throw off the shackles of mental colonialism, will also probably reflect an effort to throw off the shackles of cultural colonialism, and they may begin to reflect desires of their own, with standards of their own.
Malcolm, a more controversial remarks was a call for black people to get rifles and form rifle clubs sometime back. Do you still favor that for self-defense?
I don't see why that should be controversial. I think that if white people found themselves the victim of the same kind of brutality that black people in this country face, and they saw that the government was either unwilling or unable to protect them, that the intelligence on the part of the whites would make them get some rifles and shotguns and protect them.
I'm gonna stop it right here, but what I'm gonna say is this. Like I was saying, when Malcolm came back from the Mecca, his whole idea changed. Why did it change? Because when he went out there, he learned and he prayed with motherfuckers whom were Asian, whom were white, whom were this, whom were that, and he learned that there is a huge difference going abroad when practicing this faith and this religion. See, like a nigga said in my comments, it is separate sections of Islamic faith, but thing is, my issue with American Islamic nations is how hard and how heavy they try to push the black this, the black that, the black. It causes so much rift between what actually matters within the actual fucking religion. What people need to understand amongst all religion is that God is watching, and God wants you to treat each other the same way you want to be treated your damn self. Don't matter what the skin of your color is, don't matter what the color of your eyes is, my nigga. Don't matter what your texture of hair is. Nothing puts me over you other than the fact that I will go harder or try harder or think my way through the situation or work my way through the process. Nothing makes me an alpha over you other than the fact that I will go harder, period, point blank, or that I will stand on the situation or business on my word. When it comes to the Islamic faith, you have to always remember a lot has happened throughout those time frames and decades. A lot of finessing, a lot of finagling, and a lot of bullshit. But we're gonna continue to step on these bitch ass niggas next, because these hoe ass niggas really try to disrespect me. Talking about I don't know what I'm talking about. But it's a reason why I don't support the Islamic Nation of America, because they bullshitted and fucked up this man's entire life. And then they bullshitted and fucked up everybody else because everybody wanted to have this position that this nigga held. But if you see what this nigga's saying and how he's talking, especially around this time, a lot of people was turning their back on him. I know that part to the Nation of Islam, bitch. But I'm gonna get into another video at another time. Fuck you niggas. I'm out. Y'all let me know as far as the real niggas go, how y'all feeling in the comments. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Let a nigga know what's up. Talk to me. Holla at me. Peace. We out. Okay. Personally, I love Malcolm X. I always held Malcolm X down. I always tell people Malcolm X is the most realist, honest, and straightforward leader that we've ever had in the black community. He's the only real black leader we've had in our community. I don't care who anybody else tries to name. As far as like Medgar Evers, he was taken out too early. As far as Martin Luther King, it's too many like conspiracies with Martin Luther King, if you really want to get real technical with Martin Luther King. But as far as the Nation of Islam, nah, I'm not really too much of a supporter of the Nation of Islam. I support the religion, but I don't support the actual like histories of American Islamic nations, bro. I'ma be 100.
Hey, gotta know your purpose, understand what worth is. These snakes is lurking, observing, trying to close your curtains. These hoes be perping.